Hey guys, Vazzy back here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing our first experiment of NHL 25. In today's video, I wanted to see what would happen if we have a sniper with the absolute worst shot we could give him, especially with the way that the attributes are weighted now, and it really is a lot more around the player type. So you see here that we have our player created. He will be assigned to the Oilers. He will be playing right alongside one of the best playmakers in the game, being Connor McDavid. Looking at his stats here, you'll see everything is maxed out except for the shot. Shot will be at 36, cannot get any lower unfortunately, with a shot pass frequency of 1. Outside of that, he is going to be maxed out for this experiment in every regard. Very interesting that he only comes in at a 66 overall, but that really does show you how much now certain attributes do affect the overall for certain players. So that is what our player is looking like here today for our experiment. Did want to touch on X factors, don't want to give him any extra assistance needed. We're just going to see how well he can do without them. So that is the introduction to our experiment. Let's jump into NHL 25's franchise mode and see what will happen. Alright, so we are in franchise mode here, and I will show you guys the lines and everything here before we get started. You will see that our bad sniper is on a line with McDavid and Draisaitl, so we are giving him the best chance at success even though he has no shot. Is going to be on the first power play unit, will be the finisher on that first man power play unit, as well as the first 4-man power play unit. So he will be getting a decent amount of ice time on this team, and like I said, he will have every opportunity to succeed here in game. It's just the question is, will that shot really hold him back, or will he be able to reach his full potential? Another question is, will our bad sniper be able to help our team make the playoffs here? Again, the Oilers are a team that definitely should be making the playoffs. In the experiments that I've run in franchise mode so far, they are a team that sims very well, and really just not having a great shot that shouldn't really hurt the team too much. I know he is 66 overall, but when you look at the stats that make up the rest of the player, it should be more than enough for him to be a solid contributor on this team. If I did have to take a guess right now, I would probably go with 15 goals. I'm going to say like 45 assists. He's going to have around 60 points playing on that top line. Again, that's a total guess. I'm assuming he's going to be shooting a lot with the pass shot bias being at as high as possible. And having a guy like McDavid on as your centerman, he's going to be feeding him the puck all the time. Going to be taking lots of shots. It's just the question is, are those shots going to end up going in? That is what we're here to find out today. Oilers here are sitting 14, 18, and 2 at the midway point of the season here, just going into the calendar year of 2025. So it looks like he might unfortunately actually be hurting this team a little bit here in the sim. Again, it could just be a bad sim. You know, EA Sports in their games, you can never really rely on a super consistent sim here in back-to-back years, but unfortunately it looks like we're not having a great start to the year anyway. Still time to turn that around, but not looking super promising. But yeah, I gotta say, I really love what they actually did. Changing now that player types will really affect the overall player ratings. In prior years' games, it didn't really matter, literally whatever player type you had set for a player, whatever the attributes were, they were just weighted the exact same for every player type. And yeah, I really still, to this day, I know it's been a couple of weeks now since NHL 25 has been released. Why didn't they ever mark that? Why didn't they ever tell anyone they were making that change? It's not like it was something bad that they were, trying to hide, or something they might not think is super popular. They didn't really want to, super advertise to players. It's a great change. And, that's why we can do some more of these experiments. It's going to change the way that players' overalls are. Just doing editing and creating all these players, I've noticed a huge change, just the makeup of players, which is good, and gives players a different feeling. You don't have to have super high physicality for players like a McDavid who are all offense and stuff like that. Coming back to the sim here, we have just passed the NHL trade deadline. We are about a week removed from that, sitting at a record of 30, 33, and 4. Again, we really do have to pick it up here in this final month of March if this team wants to be at all competitive for a playoff spot. Every game here is super important, winning back-to-back there, sitting 34, 34, and 4 now as we enter the final month. And yeah, actually really half a month here as this season will end on the 16th. Oilers are putting together a few wins now, sitting 37, 34, and 4. Come on guys, 2 weeks left. Can you make a push for the playoffs? Or are we going to fall short here? Looks like 4 more games left in the regular season. That is a win against the San Jose Sharks, loss against the Jets, shootout loss to the Kings, and a win in the final game, but does not look like it'll be enough here for our Edmonton Oilers to make the playoffs, unfortunately. But let's go and check out the whole reason why we're here today. How did our player do? So he didn't have more than 92 points, as that is McDavid who led the team. Where is our bad sniper? So he is third there on the list. So we had 8 goals, 78 assists for 86 points. Did grow slightly. He had a shooting percentage of 5.5, only took 146 shots. That seems low with the shot pass bias being at a 1 and him being on the top line getting power play. You'll see there that the shot did grow slightly in power, going up to 3 there. Had 2 goals on the power play, was getting 23 minutes of ice a night. Very, very interesting. And then if we go here and sort it by goals, let's see where he was on the team. Not even on the first page. Guy like Corey Perry playing 7 minutes, 30 seconds a night. All these players outscoring him there, as opposed to the bad sniper playing 23 minutes. So he had a 5.5 shooting percentage. If we go to a guy just like Ovi, just for what he was doing in his absolute prime, obviously probably not doing that currently in game, but he had a high of like a 15% shooting percentage. So that's basically what 3 times as good as what our guy was doing this year. So you'll see that the shot really was impacted here and definitely was not scoring as many goals as he could have been. I'm going to go sim to the end of the playoffs now, look at the playoff tree, the awards, and then wrap up the video here today. So 2 of the cover boys will win the Stanley Cup here this year as the New Jersey Devils knock off the Colorado Avalanche in 5 games. Congrats to Luke and Jack Hughes getting their first Stanley Cups here in this sim. So let's go take a look at the awards here. I wonder if our guy has a chance at the Calder. Obviously, team awards, go through that quick here. Hart, nothing. He did. Our bad sniper ends up winning the Calder, puts up 78 points. It's a really good rookie season. Didn't really intend for him to be in consideration for that, but that's really funny that our guy ended up winning the Calder here in today's simulation. So I think that's going to do it here for today's video, testing out what would happen if a maxed out player had a brutal shot as a sniper. Do plan on doing this next week with the playmaker build, just lowering the passing and puck control and seeing what would happen. But that is going to do it for today's video. I will see you all in the next one.